Hey, welcome back. Today we are brewing that perfect cup of coffee with the Elon Collective stainless steel double filtered paperless coffee pour over. Now, I am always on the lookout for that perfect cup of coffee, and vacation is no different. That's actually the reason that I bought this about 5 years ago. And it still works just as great today as it did that first day I took it out of the packaging. Now, there are a couple reasons I really love this Elon Collective pour over. For starters, it is dishwasher safe, although just for longevity and to keep it working just as well today as it has several years in the past, I would suggest for you just to take a small spoon, scoop the grounds out, throw those in the trash or compost if that's what you do, and then scrub both sides of that filter, since it is a double filter, with a soft brush or a scrubber just to get all of that fine sediment out of your filter so that it doesn't clog on you and really slow that performance down. So this is a stainless steel double filter. Like I said, you do not need to use a paper filter in it. If you'd like to, that's fine, but there's no reason for it. It's actually just a little more waste than what you need. That's one of the things I really like about this, is it's so sustainable. It does have just a silicone gasket around the outside of it, and that is going to be for a larger cup or for a carafe, depending on the size and appetite of the people you're brewing coffee for. I'm gonna put this off to the side for now. We are going to use this smaller mug today, and you'll see there's a bit of an inset at the bottom that just keeps it on that mug the way it's designed to. So for our perfect cup of coffee today, we are going to brew about double the amount of water we're going to need. I actually just filled my kettle up. I've got a measuring cup right here to kind of keep an eye on the amount. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn my kettle on. I've got it preheated. It's just not up to the level it needs to be. And then on your coffee grounds, you're gonna need 7 grams of medium to medium fine coffee grounds for every 4 ounces of coffee that you're wanting to use. I'm going to drink 8 cups of coffee today, so I've got 14 grams of coffee grounds. Now, if you don't have a scale, go ahead and just do 1 level tablespoon of grounds for every 4 ounces of water that you'd like to drink today. On the water, we're gonna boil twice as much water as we need, and this is the reason why. We do want to warm our cup up, and we want to prime our filter. And what that's gonna do is just get it ready for those coffee grounds to go into. If you're using a paper filter, that is also going to wet your paper filter down and get some of the taste, that papery taste, out of there. I know when we're used to using it, we don't think there's a flavor there, but if you drink them side by side, you'll notice I'm right. That flavor definitely is altered by a paper filter. So our water is just kicked off. We're gonna give that about 30 seconds before we're using it ourselves. So that actually would be time to go ahead and get everything primed up. If you have a gooseneck kettle, and that's just gonna be a longer, skinnier neck on it, go ahead and use that for this. I don't, and I was not gonna go out and buy one, so I'm just using what I've got, but I do have a measuring cup where I can, manage that a little bit better. So we're just gonna go around our filter. That all does filter centrally down into the middle here. And we'll let that sit just a moment to go ahead and get that warm. I'm gonna shift my cup over so that you guys can see what's going on here. Okay, I've emptied my water out of my mug, and so now we are going to put our grounds down into our filter. And you don't want to push these grounds down. We want the water, that hot water, to infiltrate down through all those coffee grounds and really let the flavor, the aromatics, and the oil open up. And so I'm just going to, you can shake it a little bit, or you can sort of just move them, but don't push them against the filter. Now that we're all ready, we're gonna pour 10% of our water down through our grounds. What that's gonna do is bloom those coffee grounds. That's gonna open up those molecules in the grounds and allow the aromatics and the oils to escape and really get ready to brew our cup of coffee. Just get everything nice and wet. And then we'll leave that for 30 to 45 seconds. All right, now that we've let that bloom, we're gonna pour gently the rest of our water down through that coffee. Just start in the center and gently come out. And you are going to want to pour slow. So what we want to do is we want this process to take 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. And that is just so that the water isn't flushing through there so quickly, you're not getting those flavors. Slow and steady wins the race with this cup of coffee, but it's so worth it. And so while we're brewing our coffee, I want to know from you here, when you're finished watching this video, please go to the comments and tell me, where's the wildest place you've ever brewed a cup of coffee? I remember having my husband pull over on the side of the road in nowhere, USA, so that I could actually get to work with this pour over and make myself a cup of coffee in the back of our teardrop trailer years and years ago. That's all of the water that we've got. So right now we're gonna wait for our filter to finish brewing, just to finish emptying the rest of that water out. And then it's time to drink coffee. I don't remember if I told you or not, but the temperature on this water is 195 to 205 degrees ideally. Now, the darker the roast, the hotter your water can be. The lighter the roast, you're gonna want a little bit less hot water, a little bit lower temperature. If you don't have a thermometer at home, boil it or get your water ready however you need to get it hot. Once it's boiling, let it sit 30 to 60 seconds. That should be sufficient to get it cooled off to the right temperature. All right, and just like that, our coffee is finished brewing. I'm gonna get that pulled aside, and then just like I told you, we're gonna go ahead and get those grounds out of there before they set and sort of get stuck in that double filter. So we've got grounds here. You're just gently going to scoop those out. Okay, and then like I said, make sure you do scrub that out really well. All right, we've got coffee. I've gone ahead and dressed mine up with my non-dairy creamer. I have been looking forward to this coffee date, guys, all week. If this helped you in your pursuit of the perfect cup of coffee, hit that subscribe button down below, ring the bell so you know when my next video drops, and guys, I'll see you later this week.